Hey guys, creator mom. So I was thinking about something that I thought was funny, like how I thought my neck, right, my thyroid, I thought it was normal. Um, I couldn't see anything like wrong or anything. I thought my neck looked normal. And I think that sometimes this happens um spiritually or like emotionally too, right? Not just like physically. Like we think that a way that we're operating is normal. Like until somebody comes along and says, well, not like, oh, you're being abnormal like that, but let me tell you what I'm talking about. So I'm reading in the book Growing Up as a Scapegoat Child to a Narcissistic Parent, chapter 15. And I like that at the beginning of every chapter, he starts it by asking a few questions. And the title of this chapter is Surviving Narcissistic Abuse in Childhood. And the questions are, is it profoundly uncomfortable when someone else notices you or something positive about you? To that, I would answer, yeah. Well, I wouldn't, I guess it is kind of profoundly uncomfortable because I always wait for the other shoe to drop if somebody gives me a compliment. And he asked this other question in this book too, which I thought was cool, that are you like afraid that somebody is just gonna finally find out like how awful you are or something? And I was like thinking like, yeah, I think I do feel that feeling. Like whenever somebody gives me a compliment, I wait for the but, you know. um, yeah, so it is weird. It does make me feel anxious when someone gives me a compliment because I think my body is waiting now for a negative reaction from a person, or yeah, it's just waiting for a reason for that person to now become upset with me or angry. I didn't really understand it much until starting to read this stuff, and I'm like, wow. And another question is it nearly impossible to ignore the needs of others in favor of your own? And to that I would say, like, it depends. I don't know. um like, would I ignore my own self to attend to somebody else? I don't know. Maybe it just depends on who the person is. um the next question is, do you feel purposeless when you are not doing something for someone else? And I was like, holy crap. Yeah, I do remember feeling that feeling. Like in the community or street that I used to live on, I was always looking for someone to give to, you know, like someone to be kind to. And it wasn't that reciprocated, which I was fine with. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was giving to people so that they could give back to me. But I started to really realize that about myself. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I looking for people to give to? I don't know. I kind of thought that was normal too, but I think yeah, it's normal, it's cool, it's joyful to give to others. But I think the perversion of that comes when you feel purposeless when you're not doing that. So it's kind of like you're on the wheel. You have to keep doing that because it's giving you a feeling of purpose. And when you're not doing it, you just feel like you're not worth anything, like you have no purpose. So I think that that's where it becomes a bad thing. So, yeah, to that, I would definitely say yes to. So, how would you answer those questions?